Hey guys, just a bit of a heads up before we get into today's video. There are sensitive type scenes, so there's gore, there's other types of scenes that people might find disturbing. If you find those scenes disturbing, either don't look or, click away from the video because not all my reviews are going to be for everyone. So just to let you know of that. Also, this game does have spoiler material in it. If you guys have not played Until Dawn or want to play it and just haven't played it yet, then I would not recommend watching this video just yet until you finish the game. So keep that in mind and enjoy the video. Horror tropes exist on the premise of an overused experience, phenomena, or concept. Until Dawn puts the player front and center of these common horror movie tropes, with little horror and more childish annoyances such as teen romance, unrequited love, the troubled youngster, and the one who's actually smart. Until Dawn's only real promise is in that of a psychologist that we see at the end of several chapters. Until Dawn created a series of games where you make the choice who lives and who dies. This, in a sense, was a rough draft for what would become the Dark Pictures anthologies, and would bring some of the most cleverly written stories and twists with a caretaker that only wants the best for its player. There's always a rough draft before the final product, and Until Dawn is the rough start to a brilliant world. What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to the reviews. Today, I'm going to be diving into my review of Until Dawn. Until Dawn requires players to stay on their feet and always be ready for a QTE, jump scare, or unexpected moments story-wise. There were also very specific moments in the game where the player had to hold the controller completely still or they would be caught. While this was really such an incredible mechanic, and it was the first time I actually had ever seen it utilized really well in a game, it was very sensitive to the point of where I had to put the controller down and I couldn't just hold it because my hands would move regardless, or my leg would move in a certain way, or something would twitch and I would be found out. Putting the controller down on the table was the safest move, but I also noticed that it was kind of cheating too because the controller was also a tiny bit vibrating, so there really was no sure way to hold the controller completely still anyway. The choices you make in this game are so crucial to the ending that you get. Since Until Dawn has no manual save and limited checkpoints, it creates a nervous, uneasy feeling of I need to get it right, or on just dead. On the first try, I need to get it right, or the second try, that you just have this sense of overwhelming panic that is created in your brain because they made a very suspenseful environment in certain aspects. There were these moments when I was playing the game that felt playful, but they were coded in this urgency that at times felt disingenuous and I couldn't take it seriously. It felt fake and it lacked sincerity when I should have been awestruck and gobsmacked. Until Dawn had so much promise around a very rough experience control-wise, story-wise, and horror immersion-wise. By the end of the game, the only positive takeaway I really had was seeing the psychologist after every chapter. The inclusion of this character made the experience with this game more fun and spooky, like someone was peering into my mind and rattling the chains just to see what would happen. Some of the gorier scenes also made my horror heart feel right at home. They were actually really well utilized in a way that made sense in accordance to the story and wasn't just gore for gore's sake. At the end of my experience with Until Dawn, I felt bored and underwhelmed. Yes, there are interesting psychological themes, and the psychologist bits were practically the only great part of the game, but this title was predictable, it was trite, and in some places extremely compelling because of the multitude of ways your choices can go. I really wanted to love this game because of what came from it with the Dark Pictures anthologies, but sadly I left the game feeling saddened by the wasted potential. The history of the Wendigo also could have been utilized in a bigger, more impactful way. Instead, we got annoying, horny teens and underutilized potential. But you guys, that was it for me for this review. If you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. I make videos every day here on YouTube. May you find your worth in the waking world, dear hunter. Stay casually nerdy, and I will see you all in the next video. Umbasa.